Let's go, Jose. Let's go. You got this. Go.
Go.
Man,
Don't give up.
Harder.
Don't
You
give
can
up
do
yet.
it. Let's
Don't
go.
give up yet.
Do not give up.
You
Don't
got
stop.
5 more miles.
Stop
You got
now.
5 more miles.
That
Go, Jose. Go,
Jose.
Jose.
This guy you gained too.
Let's go.
Let's go. You
got to keep going.
Grind it out. You're going to do
Let's keep
1,000
going.
miles this year. Easy. You're going to do
Keep
1,000
going.
miles by the end of the month.
Keep going. You got it, Jose. You got it. Yeah.
Jose left this comment and said we were killing his vibe on his runs, so we wanted to give him some encouragement.
Yeah. Sorry, we're not big booty mix or inspirational speakers.
Not. Yeah. We're also kind of time traveling here. Which is I was about to ask, do I play the intro again, then cut it out later?
Maybe.
Do we do double intro?
Double intro.
Have we ever done double intro?
Double intro.
Do double intro. Why not? Why not? It's gonna be a weird episode.
Yeah.
Let's just do double intro. Okay, or we won't. Let me try it again. Let's do double intro.
Welcome back.
All right, I was just telling Caleb. Sorry. I was just telling Caleb I have a bet that's so close. I have a bet that's so close. When I told you what I needed, I overlooked. I don't know how I missed it. I still need a 3 from Andrew Nemhart. But in the same moment that I realized that, I looked up. He was shooting a wide open 3. Missed it.
Dang.
Brutal. But we'll see. There's still time left. Yeah, welcome back. As Caleb said, we will be welcoming you back again in, who knows, 10, 20 minutes. No idea. Because unfortunately, something went wrong with our recording today.
Yeah, and we
sucks.
We had an awesome episode with our friend Tim.
Tim cooked, no apple.
Yeah.
That was kind of a bar.
That was.
But
no, our friend, from high school, Tim, was on. He's a.k.a.
And he's still going to be on. You're going to hear him soon.
A.k.a. Oppa, a.k.a. Popstar Timmy. Follow him on everything at Popstar Timmy. He's great. Has great music. Album coming out June 5th. Pay-per-view battle rap coming out Saturday. Go, yeah. So
basically what happened is he was going to be on for the full episode, and he was. We recorded the whole episode. It was great. We even recorded some sports with him for like an hour. That was great too.
He laughed at it, so he's good. He's not okay. I mean, which is, but he said that's a bet about coming on again.
Okay, yeah. So basically, at some point when we were recording, around the 26-minute mark, we just lose him. Yeah. I have no idea what happened. He was still there for us while we were recording. We were talking to him. We could see him. We could hear him. Chatting it up. It was a good time. But we lose him. So what you will hear is we'll do this little intro and we'll talk about whatever. But then we'll get to Tim and it'll feel like we're starting the show again. We'll have another intro, double intro. Because it was going to be the start of the show. And you'll have Tim for about 26 minutes. It's a great interview with Tim. It just sucks because we had more with Tim that isn't going to be on there.
Yeah.
We'll let you know. We'll record something that I'll add into that part that'll let you know, like, hey, this is where we lost Tim. So that's it for Tim for this episode. But it will be kind of abrupt, but then you'll hear us telling you, like, hey, that's where we lost him.
So should we get to Tim now?
Yeah, might as well. If we're doing double intro, we might as well.
Keep it close.
Might as well just keep.
Without
it close.
further ado,
why not?
Tim, a.k.a. Oppa. I keep saying Oppa.
We're cutting it. We might as well do it again, Caleb.
We're not cutting you. I know for a fact that you're not cutting any of this. So without further ado, Tim, a.k.a. Oppa, a.k.a. Popstar Timmy Saunders. All of a sudden we back? Yeah? All of a sudden we back? Yeah?
Yeah.
Guess I'm all in my bag, yeah. What's up? This is we have Tim on this week. Tim Saunders.
I'm glad to be here. Grateful.
Oppa, is it Oppa or Oppa?
Oppa.
Oppa. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's about
Read it most of the time, but
yeah.
Yeah, multi-talented. From the battle rap game to an album coming out, Mr. June 5th, to the commissioner of the 2014 You Have $15 to Make a Team tournament.
Yeah.
Those are electric.
And anytime I see one of those, I think of that.
$15 to make a team. That's funny. We just did one of those today, like where it's just like somebody put a meme in the group chat, like, all right, $15 to make a team. I was like, easy, too easy.
I do want to say that I was severely underseeded in that tournament. They gave me the 11th seed.
Oh yeah.
For those of you that don't know, it was Tim would you've seen the build your roster for $15, and then Tim would put them into 2K, and we'd run a tournament. It was awesome.
It was the best.
Man, win that back.
You guys,
that would be so
I will get a bunch of people give you $15 and winner take all. It might be a move. It might be a move. But yeah, we just talk on here. We don't really have
It's not as structured as it probably should be. I'm sure we'll throw a couple of pretend Big J questions at you throughout, but
we'll
it's
pretend to be
pretty.
journalists.
That's
it's pretty
nice
sloppy show.
I think that's the best. Those are the best podcasts where it's really just a conversation, but every now and then it's like, oh yeah, well, I guess we do have a microphone. And
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
With that said, you have for those of you that don't know, Tim has a new album, Calvin Cambridge 3, dropping on June 5th. For those that don't know, why is it always June 5th?
So June 5th is my birthday, and every year I've always dropped some sort of music on my birthday. And this project was supposed to drop last year, and then got pushed back to like early winter. And then at a certain point, I go, I'll just delay it to June 5th because that way I can do this perfect time. And
Might as well.
I wanted to drop it last summer anyway, so this summer, let's go with it. And I haven't done an installment in the Calvin series in a while. Calvin 1 and 2 were 2019 and 20. And I feel like that was a while ago. I feel like I've done so much different stuff in life since then. And it's like nice to circle back to like in the trilogy. So
yeah, we got Calvin Cambridge 3 before GTA 6.
Yeah, I literally got you.
we got 3 Calvin Cambridges before GTA 6. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, Calvin Radio.
It's crazy. Put it on GTA.
Yep.
Oh man.
Do we want to play the intro so we don't scare Tim?
Yeah, I almost forgot. Warning. Last week's guest got terrified by the intro because we didn't tell him, and it just went in his headphones.
Playing it and they were like,
yeah. Almost fell out of his chair. So here it goes.
Honestly,
I almost, if you wouldn't have said something, I almost forgot to play it at all.
You just would never play it.
Into questions and everything. I would have to add it.
Oh, by the way, intro.
Yeah. We've done it before where all of a sudden I'll just remember and hit it and Caleb just gets cut off mid-sentence. It happens.
Yeah, it's awesome. Wow. It's awesome. Welcome back to another episode of Yelling at Pigeons. Today is Wednesday, May 7th, and May the 7th be with you.
May the 7th be with you. That's what I always say. I've always said that. This is episode what? 41?
41? 42? 41 or 2? 40. I don't know. I can't.
Episode number, early 40s.
Yes.
Episode number early 40s.
Over the hill.
Over the hill.
Yeah, this show is about to hit its midlife crisis any day now, so
yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah.
But getting up there.
Yeah, but Tim, I don't know much about your battle rap stuff. I know that you win a lot, but everything has a paywall on it, and I'm broke.
Yeah.
So, if you want to like tell people about what you do, I know.
Yeah.
I've done some research, but
yeah. So essentially, my main league, I suppose, that I started out on was iBattle. And the way battle rap typically works, generally, there's no like judges. It's just kind of like a performance thing, basically. It's like this battle rapper, they battle each other. Everyone has their opinions. The fans debate back and forth, which makes the conversation fun, like debating who won. They drop on YouTube. But iBattle is a little bit different because iBattle is one of the only league that does a majority judged battles where judges pick a winner and a loser. And that, leads to controversy because usually battle rap fans debate. So some people are like, oh, I don't think he won that battle. I don't think he lost that battle. But we have a judge system and a ranking system. And that's where we came up with the concept of the iBattle Championship. And I won the iBattle Championship in August 2022. And my last title defense I had where I finally lost the judge decision for the title was April 2025. So I was the champion of iBattle for 973 days.
What a run. That is crazy.
That's insane.
I was going to say, you just lost it recently. So to say you started it in, what was it, 2022?
Yeah.
Absurd. And it was close. It was a split decision.
Oh, yeah, they're saying this is the closest judge decision in iBattle history. And a lot of people are already arguing, I had Oppa winning, I had Los winning, but I think me and Los won the best battle.
On this show, we officially stamp Tim got robbed.
There we go.
You got robbed.
Oppa got robbed.
Oppa got robbed.
The judges don't know ball.
Robbed. It was rigged. They got paid off.
So everyone else can decide too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, one thing I didn't know about battle rap, like I knew there was a huge battle rap scene, but until you got into it, I didn't realize like they had pay-per-views and everything.
Yeah,
it's just pretty wild to me. It's really cool.
They have leagues overseas. I was able to go overseas at the beginning of this year. I had my debut in London versus Quill. And I was also able to debut last year in Ireland as well. So it's like,
wow.
The possibilities are it's weird because when I first started, it was like a hobby. Like I started doing like online for fun, and then people were like, yo, you should do it in real life. And then I was like, okay, I'll go do it in real life. And then people was like, hey, we'll pay you and fly you out to come do it here in Vegas. And I'm like, what? Or we'll pay you to come out here.
Yeah, why not?
It's the coolest shit I've seen.
Which you started in like the Twitter Spaces, right?
Yeah, in the Twitter Spaces in like late 2021.
Okay.
And then my first live battle was, I always say I started battle rap in 2022, but my first live battle was December 2021, so technically, but
okay.
Yeah.
I started the same year that I just became champion and didn't let it go for 3 years. No big deal. Like, I love the idea of someone that wanted to get into battle rap for so long. And they're just listening to you be like, I wasn't even interested in it. I just happened to be the best in the world.
I was doing it for
I guess I'll do it.
And then like a couple months in, I just won a championship, and then I just was really good. And I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure once you get a taste of that, like once you win, it's like, oh yeah, now I can't stop.
Yeah. And then definitely, and it makes you realize like just the different avenues that it could take you to, because you never know who's watching too with battle rap. Like that's why there's so many battle rappers on like Nick Cannon's Wildin' Out, like Conceited and Hitman Holla, and they're going into like the comedy and acting and everything. And then off of in the music, I actually on the album one of the songs features Eddie I. He is he's a former battle rapper. He films battles now, and
that's cool.
He has songs with Jadakiss and Method Man. So now I have a song with him. Now 1 degree of separation in the Spotify algorithm.
Yeah.
So it's like you can make connections to it too. It's kind of crazy. But
that is crazy.
You'll be recommended to people who are listening to those guys. Like,
yeah. It'll be cool. It'll be like if you let it shuffle long enough, then now I might come on.
Awesome.
That's true. Yeah, it'll suggest it as like other people. People also listen to. Yeah, be on there. That's
now,
really cool.
Like, what is next? I mean, do you get to rematch against this guy to get your headband back, or do you have to work your way back up the ladder again?
Yeah, so the interesting part about this one is, 1, yes, but also 2, not only was this a championship match, it was also in a tournament as well.
Oh, okay.
So basically how the regular championship matches usually go is like a ranking system, and then there'll be like a number 1 contenders battle. This one was kind of more informal. It was more so like Los was kind of generally considered to be like in the top 2 of the league with me, and we just happened to meet each other in the tournament. And he was like, "Hey, you want to just do it for the headband?" And I was like, well, I can't turn down a challenge.
You can't turn it down. If you
say
no,
say
then they're like, come on, man.
Yeah. No, that's gonna be all the whole bars in the battle. You too scared to make this happen.
Yep.
So
you should have been the winner anyway. So no big deal.
Yeah, we stand.
Got robbed.
Yeah. But I have a 2-on-2 battle this Saturday in Columbus, Ohio. Is my next thing scheduled? And it's
I did my research. It's at 3 p.m.
Yeah, there we go.
It's you and Eunice, if I pronounce that right, versus Nax and possibly Chunk. It's a V.
Yeah.
I don't know what the V is supposed to be.
Yes, Chunk with the V
Chunk.
instead of the U.
Okay.
That will be very important this weekend. That will be very important. Chunk spelled with the V instead of the U. But yeah, Eunice is the other like premier talent that came from the Twitter Spaces, and he's been going crazy in his own right. He's had his London debut as well. He's been on a bunch of different big leagues, and we did a 2-on-2. Our 2-on-2 name was actually Space Invaders. We did because from Twitter Spaces.
Sick.
So we did a 2-on-2. We did 2-on-2s in 2022. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, you guys were really good in those 2-on-2s." And then we kind of just we're doing our own thing. And then we looked up and was like, "Yo, we haven't done a 2-on-2 in 3 years." Like, so I was like, "We should do one." Here we are.
Yeah. Well, just know that we hate Knox and Chunk.
That is perfect. That's literally perfect.
All I always hate Knox and Chunk.
We hate that. I've hated them for a while. Like I've never.
Yeah.
Their bars
Same.
are
Honestly,
whack.
same. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yep.
The 30s. That's their name, the 30s. So.
The 30s. I did see a couple days, like when I was looking up stuff, they're just like, "Are you that iBattle on Instagram?" Was like, "Is Oppa the greatest battler ever?" And I was like, "What?"
Yeah,
like, that's crazy.
Because a lot of leagues, because I'm one of the newer talents, but at the same time, a lot of leagues they don't have like a designated like ranking system like iBattle has. So there's like you have the King of the Dots, and you have like famous King of the Dot champions like Real Deal and Pat Stay and Sharon. But since then, which was I'll probably say that era was like 2010s, like early 2010s, there hasn't been like a definitive like judgment system. So. I mean, 973 days. I mean, that's pretty good.
Pretty impressive.
That's
pretty impressive. Hey, ChatGPT knows who you are. That's all I got to know. Say
nice. There you go.
I was kind of astounded when because I asked ChatGPT their opinions on like on one of the upcoming battles, and they're just like, "Well, Oppa, this dominant is iBattle champion." I was like, "What?"
That's crazy.
Me?
Yeah, me. The other mean.
That's when you know you've made it. Is when ChatGPT starts talking.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, that's accurate. Yeah, that's accurate. Forgot that.
I'll ask ChatGPT about us every once in a while, and sometimes it's like that's not a thing, and sometimes
or like it just pulled from our description on Spotify. It was like, "This is what it is." They don't know us yet. But you mentioned iBattle. What's going on with iBattle? Because when I was doing my research, I noticed people saying that your match this Saturday is potentially the last iBattle match for a while or something. Like something's going on with iBattle. What is that?
Yeah, it's a bit of a restructuring thing right now. I think it's a bit of a different creative direction. It could be they're like, how are we gonna move on without Oppa's champion? Maybe that could be it. It could be
maybe. Yep.
It's like it's a little restructuring.
I did see one person that was like, "Look, Oppa lost the headband and they lose iBattle." So I don't know.
Somebody did stop on it too. But we got the event in Columbus this Saturday, and we have the event at the end of May in Worcester, Massachusetts. Worcester is spelled like Worcester. It's like Worcestershire sauce.
Okay,
I couldn't figure out how to say Worcester for the longest time, but it's in Worcester, Massachusetts. And then I guess they're gonna regroup, figure out how they're gonna move forward. But that's the beautiful thing about battle rap too is I appear on so many. I've been on 9 different leagues. I've been on King of the Dot. I've been on Queen of the Ring. I've been on different leagues. So I have more battles coming up. I can't announce them all, but I have different battles on different leagues coming up. So I'll still be staying active, and I guess whatever iBattle figures out.
That's awesome. Speaking of Worcester, whatever, this is how stable mine and Caleb's friendship is. Arguably, our biggest argument in our entire lives, we've known each other since we were 1, was how to pronounce that word. And it ended with me pushing Caleb into a car.
Oh, man. I had a battle there last year. And I was like, so I'm going to Worcester. I'm going to Worcester. And it was like, you mean Worcester? And I'm like, Worcester? How did you get Worcester out of W?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, that's the biggest fight. Or that time that I punched Luke on his birthday.
After I caught a touchdown on him, he was mad. So
he didn't catch a touchdown. He was short.
No,
he was short.
I was not short. I got in. I made it past the tree.
You didn't make it past the tree. Our 2 biggest fights are the dumbest things ever. So how often do you usually know it in advance when you're battling somebody? Like,
it could vary. Sometimes I've had leagues hit me up and be like, "Hey, it'd be like in the middle of like February or March, and they'll be like, "Hey, in September we got an idea.
Okay,
this will be dope." And I'm like, "Oh, that's awesome." And then sometimes I have leagues hit me up like, "Hey, you want to go to Ireland in 9 days?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Yeah, because that was So like that was a special case. I was actually my Ireland debut. I was a replacement battler.
Okay.
Somebody had backed out, and they already had like the budget for like the flight from like New York to Ireland and everything. It's just like, oh, we just need a new person to do it. And they were just like asking around. They were like, yeah, this is a tough ask, but could you have 3 rounds and be passport ready in 9 days? And I was like, well, I already have the passport part, so I just got to write the rounds. I was like, I could do that, I guess.
Yeah. So like,
so it really depends.
For like the tournament where you lost.
Yeah.
Was that like all back to back to back to back, or was that
they
spread out?
Spaced out the tournament pretty well. It was 2-month intervals, and we knew in advance what the dates were. So it was tournament starts in December. Round 2 is February. December I faced Jenks round 1, and then February I faced Tariq in round 2, which is also a title match. And then round 3 was Los in April, and then the next round of the tournament will be June. That'll be the final 4, and then the final tournament will be August.
Okay, cool. I was 100% ready to say, oh man, he didn't have time to prepare, but
it was too short. It was too short.
It's too short time. Too short. Not enough time. He didn't have enough time.
Last year I had a bunch of battles. Like I was on it was like a tour, I almost called it, because I was like every 2 weeks I had Capo Bravado in New Orleans, and then 2 weeks later Ray Fire Moon in Atlanta, and then 2 weeks later I battled title defense against Dexter. So if I lost that battle, that was gonna be my excuse for sure. I was like, I've been battling every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks.
Overworked.
But you mentioned getting flown out to Vegas. Was that the most recent time in Vegas when you also went to WrestleMania?
No, it's so crazy because that's one of my first times in Vegas was there. Vegas has become like a kind of like a tradition for me since then. Vegas is like one of my favorite cities. And me and my homie Crash Tonight, he's featured on a lot of my projects.
Yes. I think
I'm friends with him on Facebook.
I'm friends with him on Facebook.
Yeah, I think so.
We go to Vegas all the time, and we're both big wrestling fans. So we both saw that WrestleMania was in Vegas, and we're like, yeah, we kind of gotta go. Like,
I don't get on Facebook like that these days, but if I remember correctly, is he a big Lakers fan?
Yes.
Is that the right? Am I thinking the right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Shout out to Crash. Yeah, Lakers for life. Lakers for life.
Yeah.
It's always Lakers in 5, even though we're out.
It's always Lakers.
We're out. We'll always be Lakers in 5. We're getting Giannis. We'll talk about it later.
Hey, I was first. I was like, like Giannis, hey man.
You guys get Cooper flag.
And Giannis, why not? Why not?
Cooper and Giannis, and keep Steph Castle in the trade.
Speaking of Giannis, Tim, you are credited by Genius as being the first notable artist to ever reference Giannis Antetokounmpo in a song. Can you spell Antetokounmpo?
A. I know the A. That's the one of the most common ones. The A.
A. Good start. Good start.
A-N-T, because it starts with ant. That always throws everybody off. A-N-T-E-T. Ant. O.
Getting there.
K-O-U-M-P-O.
So close. K-O-U-N-M-P-O. There's an N and an M in there. Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to find what song that was, and I found a tweet from you talking about how you despised that song, and I couldn't find it on your Spotify. I think it was from the SoundCloud days.
Yeah.
But you still got the credit for it.
It's on $100, which is the intro to my my first mixtape I ever made in like junior year, I think. And the song's not like the worst song ever, but it's my 16 to 17-year-old voice on it, so I hate it. Like, it's cringe for me.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I just saw a tweet from you like, I hate the song so much.
Yeah,
something
the
like
mixing
that.
quality is poor too, because like that was back in my USB mic Audacity days. But that's why I was like, when I said notable artists, I was like, notable. That's nice. That's polite of them. But no, I definitely. Yeah.
It was so cool. They put the graphic out and everything. Notable artists.
Yeah, there was like, why are you rapping about Antetokounmpo in 2015? Yeah. I was averaging like 9 points. So I was like, his name was cool.
Yeah. Your tweet was like, you're like, I don't know, he just started averaging like 16 points a game, so I threw him in.
Yeah, the rhyme was, I'm like, Antetokounmpo. I'm like, oh, that's a good like flow pocket. I'm like, perfect.
You know how like some bands, like older bands, will remaster all their stuff? You should just remaster that song specifically.
Yeah,
I've been considering doing that with some of my older music, like just remastering or like, especially the ones that aren't on Spotify. I was like, I could do a little little song with it. I might have to keep the Antetokounmpo line in the tuck. I gotta.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
When you hit like X amount of years that you've been rapping.
I hate the bar too. The bar was I've been getting bucks. I was the one getting bucks. Like I still. And the genius right now is like historical.
Yep.
Archive.
This is historic right here
MVP.
in the Genius Hall of Fame.
Oh man.
Speaking of sports references, as a sports junkie, I always love when songs reference sports. When you play, first of all, Tim is a real one because he played at Hibbett's for free when we were holding an event. I just my boss was like, man, they want us to throw this event and they've given us like barely enough of a budget to buy like drinks and chips. It was like, I don't know what else to do, and they're expecting way more. I'm like, it's a long shot. I might know someone that will do live music. I'll hit him up. And I'm like, sure. And I felt bad 'cause all I had equipment-wise was this karaoke machine. So Tim toughed it out. He showed up with that and used that karaoke 100%. Machine all day. And I mean, I think the customers liked it. It seemed like they were having a good time.
For a while, I was kind of like just putting myself out there. I'm like anywhere I could put, like anywhere with a microphone. Yeah. I'm just like, if it's got a microphone and speakers, I'll perform. I was like, I'm just right there.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
But I was saying, I remember that day when you were there, I kept being like, oh, when are you going to play Luka Doncic? Because that's my favorite song.
Oh, yeah.
Because Luka's one of my favorite players. Now he's a Lakers, who's definitely my favorite player. Yeah. And I just wanted to throw it out there. Now that he's a Laker, we might need Luka Doncic too. Because I turn it on and I'm like, this is awesome. And I'm like, this would be so much better if it didn't say he was a Maverick.
Maverick, yeah. Even the cover art is in the Mavs jersey.
Yeah. Like, I need some Lakers references. I need something in there. So just something to think about. Yes. Yes. Look, if the Lakers do get Giannis, you can mention Giannis again. For a second time.
2 birds, 1 stone. Perfect there.
There you go.
I'm getting Lakers like I'm Giannis.
Oh man, Lakers like
I don't even know what that would mean, but it just replacing the words, new team.
Switch it up, David.
Yeah. Is for the album coming out? Is Crash on that one too?
No, Crash is so crazy because I am currently in the process of trying to peer pressure Crash into dropping a new project.
Okay.
We haven't got a Crash or Not project.
Hey, Crash.
Like 2019.
Crash. Come on.
Yeah, I'm in peer pressure every time
drop the project. Come on.
Put that on your
project.
Come on,
Crash.
Drop the project.
Drop
the project. Come on.
Drop the project, for sure.
Come on. Do it.
Oh, man.
Yeah. But I was looking through, like, you have a lot of people that I recognize from songs before, but
yeah. It's crazy. I was just talking about how it's crazy through all the 3 Calvin projects, the one artist besides myself that's on all 3 projects is X, formerly known as Lord Zay. I thought that was like just a crazy stat.
I noticed that. I feel like he's so underrated. I feel like he's actually really good.
Super versatile.
I don't know if actually is fair to add in there, but I don't know. Everything I've heard from him, I'm always been like this. He did really well.
Yeah, he's very
I like his music.
Versatile, I think too. I think because with the theme of Calvin 2, that's what broke a lot of the streaks. The theme of Calvin 2 was that every artist featured on Calvin 2 was from Cambridge. Yeah, so that's why so many artists like Crash and Benzo Kawhi, who all appear on my project, they weren't on Calvin 2 specifically because they're not from Cambridge. So and that's where you saw the debut of like 4109 was on there, Ant was on there, but Calvin 3 is this is the first project where I was kind of like, I'm gonna just make the songs and let the features kind of just flow naturally. Whoever just sounds good on the song after I make it already. So
yeah, that's awesome. I'm excited for it. I always at least listen to your stuff 1 or 2 times just to listen to it because gotta see how you're doing.
Appreciate that.
All right.
I still listen to. I mean, even though I want a new one that mentions the Lakers, I still listen to the
original.
If he has like a really good game, like we have a big game coming up, I'll just throw it on, and I'm like, let's go. He's a Laker now. This is crazy.
That song kind of took on a life of its own a little bit on TikTok. Like
really?
I noticed people were making like this is back still in the Mavs days too. I got to check see if there's any updates to this. There was like a comedian. He would be like how Luka fans like do laundry. And then it'd be like, nice. He holds the arm like that.
Yeah.
Doing that. And it'd be like, he got a bunch of those to the song. And I was like, I was just scrolling for a minute there because you can, there's a thing on TikTok where I forgot how to do it. I got to figure out how to do it again where you can just search through every single TikTok that uses your song in it.
Yeah.
And I was just scrolling through.
that's
I'm
cool.
like, these existed? I didn't even know these were.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I like to think like a Luka fan doing laundry and like they forgot to do the towels and their wife essentially calls a foul on him for that, and then he's complaining to their wife like, "I did wash the towels. You saw it. Watch the replay. Watch the replay.
Watch the replay."
She gives tease him up.
Yeah.
You're out of here.
I do use when white girls are listening to Maggie Rogers. I'm like, hey, she posted my friend's song on her Instagram.
Yep.
I'll be in Walmart and I'll randomly hear Maggie Rogers. And I was like, at the time when I made the song, I was working at Walmart, so like it would play at Walmart all the time, and I'm like, hey, funny story about this song.
You gotta use it. You gotta use it. Like, hey, you know, Maggie Rogers. Also, she's from Easton, so.
Yeah.
I was finishing up some of my research, and my nieces were over, and I was looking at your tracks, and I was like, oh, I almost forgot about Maggie Rogers, and I was telling them, I'm like, did you guys know there's like a legit like famous singer from Easton?
Yeah. That's
like,
why I made I made the song. I was like, I couldn't believe that. I was like, there's really like a famous like a Grammy nominated artist from the Eastern Carolina.
Crazy.
Yeah, shout out.
It was crazy.
Shout out Maggie Rogers. Yeah, give it up for Tim. There was a lot of stuff at the end of the show, at the end of that episode that was awesome that got cut.
Yeah, like I said, it sucks. He told a great story about meeting, who was that wrestler?
Sol Ruka.
Sol Ruka, what's up? Meeting her at the airport and, dare I say, fumbling her. Which is kind of crazy because Nardwuar wasn't even there.
Nardwuar wasn't there, so but he admitted he admitted to fumbling.
Yeah. We know Turtle would fumble if Nardwuar's there, but Tim didn't even have the obstacle of Nardwuar being in the way. Still fumbled, so that sucked. Sucked to hear that. But it was a good story.
We'll get him on again.
Yeah,
he said
we'll definitely have him on again.
Yeah. But now you just get to listen to me and Luke yap about probably. Do we just do it? Do we just jump in to the rehearsal?
The rehearsal. What a show!
What a show!
What a
Nathan.
show!
Nathan, for you.
Nathan Fielder, come on the show.
Nathan Fielder, come on the show. Also, to time travel back like to before. Jose put in the comments for Big Booty Mix to come, or the Big Booty Mix to come on the show.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
it's so funny.
Big Booty Mix, and then I think it was like parentheses, come on the show.
Yeah. But yeah, Nathan Fielder, come on the show. Like that was. He's on episode 3, and he just. I don't know how many episodes this season's going to be, but it's
the most insane piece of Nathan Fielder content that he's ever put out, and that's saying something.
There was a good, like the whole episode was just a lot.
Yeah,
it opens up with the dogs and the dogs that got cloned, and how he was trying to make it so that their lives were exactly the same as the one they were cloned from, so they could be like the dog they were cloned from because their personalities were different because they were brought up differently.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
The
couples
it's absurd.
Live together, but they're also actors. But they're also
fighting. I mean, I guess we could what are we doing with spoilers? I never know.
I don't think spoilers.
It's the rehearsal.
This isn't. Yeah, this isn't.
It's not Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
He wants to get inside the mind of, after doing the clone thing with the dogs, he's like, I need to live the life of Sully, the one that landed the plane on the Hudson.
Yeah.
So he reads his book and like studies it extensively, and then creates a giant room where it makes him his grown man self the size of a baby.
A baby. He like shaves
Sully as a baby.
His body.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's like they have him hooked to like a harness like they would use to film an action movie where a superhero's flying, but he's just in a children's bedroom.
Yeah, he gets lowered into a crib, and
giant lady,
mache lady who's supposed to be his mom comes and takes care of him and breastfeeds him.
Breastfeeds him,
and it's just like water or milk just getting shot out of her nipple into his mouth, like not even like slowly. He was just getting like waterboarded by breast milk.
Beaming thirsty. It's absurd.
And then he grows up, obviously, but he's still a child. So the people that play his parents have super long legs and arms, but normal size torsos.
Because he needs them to be taller than him.
Yeah, and the guy, the person who plays Sully's sister has like this prosthetic face, and she eats rocks. But then we find out though that what was it, the song that he thinks Sully listened to?
Listens to some Evanescence.
Wake
me up.
We find out that that's exactly the same length that he was silent for.
Yeah,
during
like Sully on like the, I guess it's the black box still, even if they don't crash. Yeah, the whatever. He goes silent when they're about to land. He goes silent for 23 seconds before he then turns to his co-pilot and says, "Any ideas?" And there's a 23-second silence, which just so happens to be the same length of the chorus to that song.
Yeah.
And
Wake me up.
Yeah, and it's so good. Nathan Fielder's brain is just an enigma.
But how do you even like get to that point? Like, I guess like reading it, the book had like a bunch of references to that song. Like, he said that he's liked that song a few times, and like
and he talked about having his iPod, and he talked about how they found his iPod after the crash.
Yeah.
So it led him to believe that he had his iPod on him. It's just that show is
it's perfect.
We also had the series finale of Righteous Gemstones. Yeah. Which, additional spoiler alert, there was a moment I really thought I predicted.
I thought Luke had the script.
Yeah, because Caleb texted me. I said something about it being the series finale, and he was like, "Oh man, I really hope they don't kill Uncle Baby Billy."
I was like, "They better not kill him."
They better not. Yeah, and I said my prediction is pretty much everyone gets killed off except Baby Billy, and then he gets maybe like a spinoff.
Yeah,
and there's a moment, without going too far, there's a moment in the series finale where it appears that everyone's going to die, except Baby Billy, because he's not there where everyone's about to die. Yeah. And I could not. I almost got to the point where I was almost kind of rooting for everyone to die, so I could be right.
Yeah.
Like, this is crazy. They're all going to die. I thought the monkey was going to kill him for a second.
No, that would have been awesome. Dr. Watson.
They're like, go get his gun.
And maybe
I'm like,
they
what
died.
if he goes
Maybe
and
they all
gets
died.
it and just
Maybe some of them died. Maybe 2 of them died.
Yeah, I'm not saying how it exactly. Yeah, I'm not saying how it ended. Listen, there still could have been. All I'm saying is they don't all die. There could still be some deaths.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people at that vacation house or lake house.
Lake house. But that show's awesome. Deaths. I mean, Danny McBride is just so good at TV. Like,
he is.
Have you watched Vice Principals?
First couple episodes.
I binged all of it over the weekend.
Nice.
Incredible.
Incredible.
Like, you almost forget that, like, in the first part of season 1, that it's about like what, like, they lose the plot. But they get back. Like, it was so good. Like, just Walton Goggins is incredible. Danny McBride's incredible. Like, give him unlimited money to make a show.
Yeah, I think someone will. He's having a moment right now.
Yeah.
I hope that's not the last we see of Goggins McBride combo.
Yeah,
because they're really good together.
Very good together.
Yeah, sad to see that show come to an end, but could argue it would also be sad to see it get dragged out. And
because
I'm not sure when that show would have gotten not funny though.
Yeah,
it was funny.
I think it was good, but I think this was a perfect stopping point.
Yeah.
I would like to see them complete Dangerous.
Yeah, maybe that's the spinoff.
Yeah,
Dangerous.
Yeah, he goes back to it.
Yeah,
Dangerous.
Oh man,
the fact that this old man is playing a teenage version of Jesus.
What a show! What a show!
Yeah, it was just perfect because Baby Billy does a little bit of the cocaine, and
a little bit.
He was his character in Vice Principals was also partaking.
Yeah.
So I was just like, yep,
very good.
Yeah,
very good. What else? Oh, Last of Us. Thought I was watching Part of My Take for a second. It's kind of weird.
Okay.
There's a scene where Ellie plays the guitar and plays of all songs, "Take on Me."
Oh, that's awesome.
I was like, this is an old PMT episode.
Yeah,
playing "Take on Me."
They haven't done that in a while. That's why I'm sad.
You should watch that show, by the way.
I need to.
Watch that show. It's good.
I need to. I need to go to my notes. Most of my stuff, we are recording like an hour after we stopped talking to Tim, and I don't have most of my notes were about talking to Tim.
We talked about that lady cooking those crabs in the.
We did talk. Oh man,
that got cut out with the audio.
That did get cut out. Can we? That's just like I just don't understand how that happened.
This lady, for those of you who don't know, posts of it. You see a lot of recipes on TikTok and such.
Yeah.
And this lady takes 2 crabs and just seasons them.
I said this to Tim. 2 crabs is not enough.
Yeah. I'm not a crab guy, but I believe you. You guys compared it to 2 wings, which would be crazy. But yeah, she just basically she puts the crabs in the air fryer. She boiled the potatoes first.
Yeah.
The crabs, no, didn't boil them first. Put them straight in the air fryer, alive, like the most brutal death ever. And I'm not laughing because the crabs died a brutal death. That sucks. But it's just absurd that like she just posted this so like
she was
just like, oh, look at my recipe. I just throw the crabs in the air fryer and give them the most brutal death you could possibly imagine. They die a lot faster if you at least boil them alive.
Yeah.
Which, even if you want to argue that's crazy, sure, whatever. But, like, it's definitely better than being air fried alive. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
That is crazy. I am so mad I don't have anything to talk about.
Well, did you see the new GTA 6 trailer?
I did not watch it, no.
It looks pretty sick. But I'm kind of mad. Like, don't give me that. Don't give me that, like, less than a week after you delay it again.
We're probably going to have 2 interviews with Tim Saunders before we have GTA 6.
I promise you we will have 2 interviews with Tim Saunders before GTA 6.
I guarantee.
We said it. I don't know if it's where we got cut off or not, but we mentioned it in there. We got 3 Calvin Cambridge before GTA 6. Pretty absurd. Again, trying to remember what we talked about. So it's a little tough.
This is it went from like
and
one
also
of the best
trying to remember what got cut out and what didn't, because I want to complain about Thunderbolts. Did that get cut out?
Yeah, I don't know.
Was that before or after you guys talked about wrestling? I think it was after.
It was after.
Yeah. So Thunderbolts is Marvel's new movie, and they did this weird thing where they're just forcing everyone to have it spoiled. So I won't even spoiler alert you, because if you try to go see the movie now, it would say New Avengers, not Thunderbolts. So they released it, did all the promo for it as Thunderbolts with an asterisk, which some people just thought maybe that was their logo. Some people thought, oh, maybe there's more to this. And they released the movie. They do opening weekend. And I actually think it did pretty well. I heard it was really good. It's like underrated. And then this week they just changed it. They're like, actually the name is New Avengers. And it's like, it was part of the plan. The whole marketing thing. They're like taking posters and they're like ripping them, and it's revealing New Avengers instead of Thunderbolts. And it's like fun marketing. They had some of the actors out changing the posters themselves at bus stops and whatnot. But like, it's you're just spoiling it, because I would imagine that's part of the plot, is that these actually end up being the New Avengers.
Yeah.
But now we know that.
Yeah.
Unless you saw it opening weekend, you know that. So I don't know. Kind of weird. Maybe it's not a big of a deal. Maybe people were already kind of assuming they were going to end up being the New Avengers, but still. That's just, I don't know, weird. At least give it another week or so before you do that.
But like, why did they not just name the movie The New Avengers to begin with? Like, would people not want to go see a movie called The New Avengers? Like,
maybe it was
if I look up to get tickets, look up to get tickets for Thunderbolts, will I be able to?
Or will it link you to just the New Avengers, or does it? Maybe if you're lucky, maybe the theater still says Thunderbolts. Like maybe only the big box theaters changed it.
Yeah, because mine is I have a small one.
Yeah. Oh, my theater. I mean, Cambridge theater is small too. Like, I went and saw Sinners, which I don't think I got a chance to talk about that last week.
Yeah.
Fantastic movie. I watched it in a janitor's closet.
What?
Not literally, but like the smallest room ever.
Yeah.
For Sinners, because it's just not a big theater, but it's super cheap. So I'm not complaining. You can get freaking a ticket and unlimited popcorn and drink, and your total is going to be $14 and change.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Like electric.
Yeah, it's still saying deal. Thunderbolts asterisk as the total title.
But either way,
yeah,
weird thing to do. Weird thing to do. As I said, yeah, Sinners was really great. It lived up to the hype, for sure. I wanted to go see Star Wars Episode 3 while it was back.
I wish I would have gone to see that.
Didn't get around to it. I would assume it won't be out. It won't still be out next weekend.
Yeah, it wasn't. I even checked to go see it on May the 4th, and it wasn't in.
Here, it was still out this past weekend.
Okay.
So, but it wasn't. It was in Salisbury, not in Cambridge.
Okay, that's a hike.
But it was never in Cambridge. Yeah, and that might be it. Again, trying to remember what else. Just the weirdest. It just sucks that this happened.
Yeah.
Like it's also late. Like
it's almost 10 o'clock.
Normally I would have the episode out in about 2 hours 15 minutes, which I still might.
If not earlier, sometimes it's like 11 o'clock and you have it out.
Well, sometimes it's that early and I have it scheduled, but I'll still put it for like midnight. Sucks. But
Riverside, what's going on?
What are you gonna do? Stuff happens. Yeah, Riverside. Get it together. All right.
We
get it together.
We always have technical difficulties with y'all. Do we start looking to see if we need to use something else? But there are so many good things to do. I don't know.
There are, and I feel like a lot of our difficulties are usually something one of us did wrong. Usually me.
Yeah.
It's not
sometimes me.
Always strictly because of Riverside.
Yeah.
In this case, it is.
This one is.
This is all Riverside.
And you know what? Maybe we can reach out and be like, "Hey, what's up? What's this?" But
I just can't imagine a world where they're able to be like, "Oh yeah, we still have the audio. We can just do. Let me just hack into the mainframe and da. Like the way that's messed up doesn't seem like it'd be something they could fix.
Yeah.
So,
but maybe it's worth the research.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Oh, Halliburton at the line. They're down 2. I don't know how many free throws he has. Pretty interesting. Because
do we want to do a live 5 since we got cut out with Tim?
Oh, we could do a live 5. Yeah. Oh, he missed, but he got the rebound. Halliburton back out for 3. Looking for a shot. Can't create space. Steps back. 3-pointer. Bang! Tyrese Halliburton
for the win.
And the Pacers are up by 1 with 1.1 to go. Long shot from Jerome. Not even close. Pacers are up 2-0 going back to Indy.
Wow.
Did your now, granted, Cleveland was hurt tonight. Let me check. Cleveland was very banged up tonight. They didn't have Mobley, Garland, or Hunter. So really 3 of their 4 best players.
Yes, but I mean that's still getting
That's still crazy. Let's see how heartbroken I am.
Dude, Donovan Mitchell had 48.
Yeah, dude. So I missed by a Nemhard 3 and a Nemhard rebound.
Dang.
For almost $1,800.
Dang.
Off the 10.
Rip. Well, that's yelling at sports.
No, yeah, I was gonna say no, it's not. It's OT. Yeah, okay, so I guess we'll do a live 5 then, because that got cut out.
Yep.
And we cooked. We got 5 the first 5.
We were so fast. So
and you guys will never know.
Yeah.
It definitely didn't take us like 20 minutes.
No, yeah.
We absolutely cooked.
Maybe we'll be able to get maybe Riverside will be able to get it at some point, and we'll just put the ending of that episode out
it'll be
as
like
a bonus.
The Lost Files. Lost episode.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. We still got our little stats from earlier. There was no getting away with it.
Yeah, nope.
On what game show did Chuck Woolery first coin the phrase, "We'll be back in 2 and 2"?
In 2 and 2?
Love Connection, Greed, Price is Right, or Scrabble?
We'll be back in
2 and 2. Greed, it's just Creed, but they're all like really greedy.
Yeah, I was gonna say Greed because from where I'm sitting, it looks like it says Creed.
Yeah. So we're just gonna go with that because it reminds us of Creed.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Oh, it was Love
Yeah,
Connection.
5% of people picked that.
What 1980s band led by vocalist Amy Mann had a hit song with Voices Carry? Is this the Motels, Heart, Till Tuesday, or Thompson Twins? Till Tuesday.
It's sure. It's not going to be the Thompson Twins.
I know.
No.
Listen, I'm a big Till Tuesday guy.
Luke knows
one thing about me. I know. Yeah, I know Amy Mann. Apparently. What movie soundtrack was the best-selling album in the U.S. in 1994? Is this Dirty Dancing, The Lion King, Titanic, or The Bodyguard?
I feel like this is Titanic.
Was that 94?
I don't know.
That could line up.
That's just the one that. But it could
Lion
be.
King feels too early. I feel like that was like 90.
No, Lion King is that time period. I think because Kyle was 2 when it came out.
Oh, well, I mean that would be quite a soundtrack.
Yeah.
Titanic.
Also,
it was Lion King.
I would say also Dirty Dancing was.
Along with K.C. Baker, who wrote a 2004 book titled "What's Up, Dog? How to Become a Superstar in the Music Business." Just Melody Gardot, Justin Timberlake. I hope it's Justin Timberlake. Randy Jackson or Snoop Dogg. I'm thinking this Randy Jackson because you always say it's a no for me, dog.
Yeah.
It's a no for me, dog.
Yeah, I think it's Randy Jackson. Yeah.
Let's go. They were trying to throw you off with Snoop Dogg.
Yep, 43%. More people picked Snoop Dogg than Randy Jackson.
JT having a book titled "What's Up, Dog?" DAWG would be so funny.
Yeah.
Back in his when he had that clip of him beatboxing on the live show.
Yeah.
Sounded like some dead AirPods. Luther Vandross teamed up with what popular female artists on a 1994 cover of "Endless Love"? Is this just all music? The music one?
Yeah, it must
Alicia
be.
Keys. Have you seen Alicia Keys anywhere?
Alicia Keys.
Janet Jackson or Mariah Carey? "Endless Love." Endless Love.
Is this early Mariah?
Maybe, but when they say popular, were they popular there? I guess she was popular from the jump.
She's been for a long time.
Sure. Let's go.
This felt right.
It was correct. What city name is the most populous in 2 U.S. states which are located on opposite coasts? Portland, San Jose, Rochester, or Washington?
I think it's Portland.
Because there's a Portland, Maine, right?
Yeah, and Portland, Oregon. And I think they're they're the most populous states.
It was correct. Which Middle Eastern country is set to host the 2022 the 2022 FIFA World Cup for the first time? Is this Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Iran, or Iran?
This is funny because we'll be like, "Oh, I don't know when this takes place." Like when this question was, because like if it's a sports question where we're like, "Oh, does this player still play for them?" Whatever, and people are like, "Stop complaining about the questions." Like all of our comments are like, "You guys just complain about the questions," and of course they're up to date. Like I've seen like 50 people say, "Of course they're up to date to the questions,"
and we get 50 comments. We
time. Get so many, and it's always about this exact thing. But this time, it's helping us. And it's also proving that this is 3 years out of date at least.
Is set.
Yep.
Not who did.
Yep.
Is set. And this is Qatar or Qatar if you're a local. All right. Any Dream Will Do is a song from what musical? Another music question. First performed in its original form in 1968. Is this Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, Hair, West Side Story, or Bye Bye Birdie?
Hair? I'm not saying hair. I'm just I said I wasn't saying that.
It was too fast with my brain, and
I said I was gonna talk about Joseph and the Amazing.
This sucks.
I don't know if you're on a delay or not because you clicked that while I was saying. No,
it might be, but not enough for that to be like. It was more just as soon as you started saying hair, I was just like hair, and like by the time I was clicking it, I realized you weren't. That wasn't your answer.
Yeah.
What comedian co-wrote, directed, and starred in the
2007
film I Think I Love My Wife? Kevin Hart, Jim Carrey, Chris Rock, or Eddie Murphy?
Do we do Jim Carrey because he's the only white man there?
Good point. They put him there for a reason.
But yeah,
Wait, but if it is a white guy, wouldn't they put another white guy in there to be like, wait, which white guy was it?
Yeah.
I've never heard of this movie. Could it be early Kevin Hart?
I don't think he would co-write, direct, and star in 2007. Yeah. Maybe, but
you know who probably would is Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, I was thinking him or Chris Rock. Oh, Chris Rock. We went with Murph Dog. What country has won the Academy Award for Best Foreign Language Film the most times, including for the 1997 film Life is Beautiful? So it's Italy, France, Mexico, or Spain? Italy,
yeah. Obviously.
No ball. Man,
on
the TV series...
We also missed Tim's hilarious joke of you asking him if he was a film buff. And he was like, I need to hit the
Oh yeah.
I need to hit the movie gym.
I'm just getting into film. I'm getting in the movie gym.
Yeah, I'm trying to get in the movie gym. It was awesome.
Missed it. On the TV series 30 Rock, what is the name of the incompetent and unorthodox medical professional played by Chris Parnell? Dr. Wordsmith, Dr. Cyril Figgins, Dr. Leo Spaceman, or Dr. Elmer Hartman?
I think it's the last one. I haven't watched the show in a long time.
I've never seen it.
I think I remember Elmer for something, but I'm not 100% sure.
Spaceman.
Yep.
What 2004 film? Easy one. Here we go. What 2004 film stars Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson as the title characters? You, Me, and Dupree, Marley and Me, Starsky and Hutch, or Zoolander? This actually confuses me a little bit.
I think it's Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah, because when I first saw 2004 Ben Stiller, I'm like, oh,
yeah,
Zoolander. That's Zoolander.
But I think
title characters.
I think that's what makes it Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah, because there's only one character here, Zoolander.
Yeah.
There's not two.
I was gonna say is Ben Stiller the dog in Marley and Me?
Billy Batson is better known as what DC comic superhero? Green Arrow, Aquaman, Shazam, or The Flash? Man, I do not.
I don't know DC.
Well, I do, fortunately, and for that reason, I know that it is Shazam.
Shazam!
Think about this. This is where I want you to understand how my brain worked with that. Shazam, kind of a silly name. Billy, not serious enough to be named Green Arrow, Aquaman, or The Flash.
Yeah.
Maybe The Flash, not the other two.
That would be Bill.
Yeah. Or William. On Disneyland's... Is that how that works?
Disneyland?
William and Bill, right? That's a thing.
Yeah.
William and Bill? Yeah, okay. On Disneyland's Alice in Wonderland attraction, riders are transported in cars shaped like what character? Dormouse, White Rabbit, Caterpillar, or Cheshire Cat? Cheshire.
Is it a caterpillar?
Yep.
I just assumed that they're... I don't know.
Dockers are a brand name of what clothing company?
Oh.
Levi Strauss & Co., Lee, J. Crew, or LL Bean? I frequent, or at least I did, the Levi outlet, and I've never seen Dockers in there, so I don't think it's that. Lee is a maybe.
Yeah.
I'm feeling LL Bean.
I don't think it's LL Bean because I don't know. Because Dockers are kind of fancy shoes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But would they even be in?
But I don't think it's
in the Levi outlet. That's why I was thinking that. I don't know if they would be there, but
might.
It says, but that's the only one that says and Co. Levi Strauss and Co.
That's true.
I don't know. Go with your
Levi. There we go. What beer uses the slogan "Find Your Beach"? Is this Coors, Stella? How do you say that? Artois? Artois?
I just call it Stella.
Yeah. Rogue or Corona? I think it's Corona.
I think it's Corona. It better be Corona.
Corona. Yep.
Oh, thank God.
Bam. Let's go. That was five. What brand's dessert products include Swiss cake rolls and cosmic brownies? That is Little Debbie.
Yep.
Little Deb. Which U.S. state is the site of the highest recorded temperature on Earth at 134 degrees Fahrenheit? Sheesh.
It's right. Arizona or California?
Let's go with the zone. Why not?
Yeah.
Cali.
Arizona.
All good. All right.
Batgirl.
Too late.
I don't know if that was the right one, but hopefully this turns out well. It's already a bummer.
Yeah, I mean, that was fun. I'm just bummed out.
We could have just had our 2 back-to-back best episodes, and
yeah, and instead, some of this episode will be fantastic,
very good, and the other half will be just us.
Yeah,
These 2 losers. Yeah. But yeah, go follow us, like, comment, subscribe.
Okay, yeah. Let's blouse.
Keep running, Jose.
Yap, yap, yelling at pigeons. Yap, yap, nobody